Alright. Alright, let's do this. In the detention cell, you said you only snuck in undetected by chance. I naturally made a record of it. Why did you change your explanation here? Because it was a baller at the time. Excuse me? That is going to detail. I testified about the actual circumstances just now. No. Defendant, such statements cause not but strife. I'm sorry, Your Honor. If that's all I have, that's as far as I can go. That is enough. It seems you have been able to make any progress. No, I wouldn't say that. You shouldn't push yourself too hard, you know. Why don't you let me worry about myself? Oh, by the way, Miss Tenshi. What? I was talking with Miss Hawkeye earlier and she mentioned you all use quite a few celestial treasures. What about it? I happened to found some after you used them. What are you talking about, Miss Shameimaru? I want to submit them as evidence so I may speak more about them. I will decide whether or not to accept them after I hear about them. First, show us what these treasures are. So is that some sort of yin-yang symbol? It's called the mini taiju. It's a single-use item that allows anyone to warp from one point to another. Warp as in travel through space. So could this also allow someone to enter enclosed space undetected? Yes, Your Honor. By the way, that has the stamp from Korondo's owner, so we are certain of its purpose. Korondo's owner? Oh, you don't know him. The proprietor of Korondo, Mr. Rinosuke Morchika, has the ability to understand the name and purpose of any object just by looking at it. What? The only unfortunate thing is he doesn't know how to use it. Take my notebook for example. He could see that it's called a notebook and that it's used to make a record of things, but it can tell you that you need some writing utensils to make said record. But we know enough about this dangerous object. With this, anyone could have committed the crime. Indeed. For what it's worth, I received it from Miss Romelia Scarlet. She said it was picked up in one of the gardens on the Scarlet Devil Mansion estate. That is quite close to the scene of the crime. It would seem natural to believe that whomever used it went inside the mansion, would it not? No objection here. So what are you trying to say? Are you saying that I used the quarries? Oh, but I just called them celestial treasures. I never once mentioned quarries. Well, that seems to be an effort at least. Yes, this is one of the fabled quarries made by celestial hermits, a taiju, whatever. It seems odd to have a celestial treasure linked to a case like this. Celestial? Yes, our detectives happen to be celestials. What? So what? Huh? You think I have some to do with that scrap of paper? Well, it's a celestial quarry, isn't it? Yes, I've used quite a few quarry, but haven't used any taiju whatever in a while. So what's this doing? Oh my, however did you manage to get a hold of that? Do you know a hermit from somewhere? You stupid, slippery, celestial, stop playing innocent. While this is suspicious, I agree that no clear connection has been made. No, I have one more, here. Oh. This is the one that Miss Rin, Oku and Rin and saw Miss Tenshi use for outside the Scarlet Devil Mansion. Then they picked it up after she used it. Ah. Good grief. How long are you going to keep this up? What do you mean by? What do you mean? Both the judge and I have already realized the problem. Yes, Miss Shameimaru, do you have proof that the prosecution used those objects? Judging from your face, you don't. What happened to your camera, your pride and joy? I was elsewhere at the time. Oh, too bad. Guess you don't have any way to prove it. Urgh. So what we do now? You can't name another suspect, much less prove there is one. Right, I am about to hand down my verdict. Objection. Okay. Koichi! Satori. Excuse me, the trial's not end yet. If you want to talk to your sis, please wait until... Satori, do not appreciate this. What was that about? Well, it's probably nothing we need to be concerned. You're about to hand down your verdict anyway. Objection. Now what? I deeply apologize, Your Honor, but may I please testify once again? What? No, you can't. Please, I beg you, the testimony would be completely different. This case is over. I won't let you complicate things anymore. defendant has said there is still something that must be discussed. We should listen to her testimony. Ms. Shameimaru, is there any information I need to hear? Information? Yes, anything that shows I need to hear any more testimony from the defendant. I will not dispute its authenticity, yet if this information is obviously false, there will be strict penalty. How about it? Well, if I'm going to snatch victim from the jaws of defeat, I need to do this. There is information, obviously. 2 pieces of evidence. Alright. Suika. And then Amelia. Alright, let's do this shit. Wait, what? Wait, present. Yeah, present. Amelia's. Sorry, that's right. Did I present that? Oh, whoops. Oh, whoops. Oh, whoops. I messed up. I do Sones. That's why. Okay. Remelia's. And then Suika's. There you go. Mr. Tori, this is what you wanted to address, yes? That is correct. So you both wish to further explore this topic. Didn't we settle the matter of the rest at Chiwiden yesterday? I absolutely must give my own testimony on that matter. Yes, the defendant will explain the contradiction in these two statements. Does this not require further discussion? Very well. We're just going to cock up some bogus objection overruled. If the defendant herself still has relevant testimony to give, it is worthy of deliberation. No! Due to the further prolongment, let us take a short break. Court is in recess. So are you willing to tell us everything at long last, Mr. Tori? Don't be mistaken. The following testimony will merely be insurance. So you're saying you're only going to reveal a little bit more of the story? Correct. Then if you're able to expose the contradiction within, then you'll finally let the cat out of the bag. I promise. Alright, I'll do my best. Alright. I guess this has something to do with Miss Koishi. Now's not the time for that, Momoji. Sorry. I have great expectations of you, Miss Shameimaru. Thank you very much. I'll give you the performance of a lifetime and blow this case wide open. I think they're ready to start. Alright, let's get to it. We're going to show that Celestia what happens when you tangle with Tengu. Alright, please retake the stand, defendant. Yes, Your Honor. Now, what exactly will you testify? I want to explain the circumstances of my arrest. Very well, you may start. I was arrested at Chiwiden. Miss Tenshi was not present at the time, but she had sent a letter stating the nature of the charges and demanding I consent to the arrest. Later, by my suggestion, she recreated witness through that trick. I wanted to help bring the trial to a swift end by strengthening the credibility of my guilt. I apologize for our slightly outrageous actions. Well, I must say that was quite unprecedented. The prosecution also apologized for the trouble. As penalty, I will forbid the prosecution from raising objections at any point during the defense's cross-examinations. Understood, Your Honor. Now please begin, Miss Shameimaru. Mr. Tori has finally given me the chance I need. I can't absolutely let it go to waste. And since, you know, Tenshi can't say shit at this point, it's kind of like a free ride, no interruptions. I have a guide, but you know, if you're doing this solo, then you have pretty much a free gate, no interruptions. Supposedly, if I'm correct, and you're certain about that. Yes, unquestionably. Ordering the court of all the preposterous ordeals. My deepest apologies, Your Honor. Miss Tenshi was not, yeah, that part. She didn't come to arrest you. No, she did not. I see, just double checking. A letter, huh? Was it in her handwriting? I wasn't certain, but as I was guilty, I graciously complied. I see. So you're going to persist in claiming liability until I can prove otherwise, huh? Is that when you were spotted going from the library to the shrine? Yes. As there was very little time, it was all I was able to devise. It did seem like an awfully hasty plan. What would you have done had there not been any witnesses? The notion never ever occurred to me. You don't say. Did you discuss it with Miss Tenshi? Yes, I thought of it as I was being led to the detention cell. And then she agreed with your plan. Correct. Just slightly, huh? I deeply regret it. We shall deal with the matter at a later point in time. Now I think I understand what she meant by insurance. If we can break apart her testimony, that would give us what we need to turn the trial around in our favor. But if we don't, then she'll end up being declared guilty just as she said she wanted all this time. Yes, so we must find some way to make the most of this testimony. Have you figured it out yet? Maybe, let's try presenting evidence that seems related. If you can't directly address the issue, sometimes the scenic route is the fastest way. Huh? You don't get it. The testimony is the same as the other, so we need evidence that explains her resigned behavior. That's right. Okay, let's time to launch our counterattack, Momiji. Alright. 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 Come to think of it, there was another place where you weren't, Miss Tenshi. I've heard testimony from Miss Scarlet stating how she had to guarantee the preservation of the crime scene. Yes, she indeed said she was not required to do as Miss Tenshi was not present. But what does that mean? Despite her absence, her scent still lingered in the air for some reason. Scent. Miss Momiji is a White Wolf Tengu, and like all White Wolf Tengu, she has an incredibly acute sense of smell. And Miss Tenshi's scent was detected in the library in a perfect spot for an ambush. What? So what are you saying? Allow me to recite our conversation from that time. Where did it sent from? What's up? Yeah, this is from like the beginning. She's heading detective, remember? Yeah, that part. And this was before the trial on the first day. I see. But the most important part is, at the time, there wasn't even the faintest trace of Miss Satori's scent. What did you say? That could only mean that Miss Satori never set foot in the library at all. Phew, my word. That is all. However, that is only your personal experience. Do you have anything to support? If there are any other minor concerns about that, will come afterwards. I imagine it would be good to ask for help from the Kappa. Afterwards? Yes, Your Honor, because right now I will present conclusive evidence. What? Grr. Here. And then it's, let me see, the fucking item, the fucking name. Oh, all these names are fucking hard as hell. There you go. This is the decisive evidence. A reference of what, huh? What is this? Anyone could have perpetrated this crime with an item like this. Order in the court, order! Still, this is just reference. If the actual item does not exist, it just might. What? In fact, I once held it with my own two hands. What? I would like to submit as evidence, but at some point it was stolen from me. This is a grave matter. We must order the detective to retrieve it at once. I don't think that would be necessary. What do you mean? It was actually stolen just before the trial began, so I imagine the thief is still in possession of it. So you have a guess as to who stole it? Of course, Your Honor. Then please share with the court. My pleasure, for it will bring an end to this entire farce. Obviously, we know who the fuck is. Even if I hadn't the guy, obviously this was a given, man. This was a fucking given. Miss Tenshi. What? I should recall, I once held the rock whatever in my hands. So what? Momiji? Yes, ma'am? Go sniff Miss Tenshi. What? Excuse me? You should find my scent on her. Huh? So that means... Well, how about it, Miss Tenshi? No! You deny inspection? That is a tantamount to admitting you stole it. What? Yeah, she cried. It was a long, hard battle. And yeah, she's gonna cry. Oh my goodness. And she's crying more. I can't stand it. Have we calmed down a little, Miss Tenshi? Yes, Your Honor. First, let us hear your motive. I wanted to kill some time and be the center of attention. So you committed the crime for pleasure. Well, if you had let me handle the prosecution's role from the very beginning, I would have never pulled something like this. What kind of excuse is that? Honestly, we have caused much trouble. Mr. Tori, when I read Miss Tenshi's letter, I chose to allow myself to be arrested. The reason being she had written that it was my younger sister who had stolen Miss Knowledge's consciousness. When I saw the scheduled trial that she had listed, I knew I had to make an immediate decision. Does that mean at the time? Yes, my third eye was still open. So the reason Miss Tenshi didn't go was because I didn't want her to read my mind. That's why I told her to close the third eye when she gave herself up if she wanted to take the blame for her little sister. It's fascinating. You created this huge commotion with so little effort. But what I did was for Koishi's sake. How should I face her now? With a smile, I think that would be best. Yes, you're right. Hearing the whole story, it seems inevitable. Indeed. Then I shall hand out my final verdict. Holy bloody duck fuck. That was a bitch and a half. Holy shit. That was cancer. Not that bad. I had a guide, so I can't complain, but that was long. Commentating wise, that's fucking long. I'm not even done yet. I'm so happy for you, Mr. Tori. It was all truly thanks to your efforts. I'm truly sorry for I'm sorry for those heartless things I said. It's all quite alright. I knew there had to be a logical explanation. I'm glad everything turned out well. I'm an idiot too, Miss Inubashiri. Oh no, I didn't do anything really. I'd say your nose did quite a bit. Definitely, you really helped us out. Aya! Koishi. Stupid. Yes, I wasn't I? I'll be waiting at Chibi then. Mr. Tori, what is it? I think I answered your question from before. I suggest you do that. Alright. From the very first day. So what is your answer? If I were ever held on trial, I know I'm not good at defending, but I would still want to have faith in her. A nice answer. Did that person in question here too? She's too tired. What's the matter? Aya said Aya. Alright, time to get out of here. Until next time, Mr. Tori. Oh, I guess next time we'll be a party at Chibi. I'll see you later tonight then. I'll be waiting.